prodigal son, they were brothers, weren't they? Right? And one brother stayed home and the other brother went out and spoiled all his goods. And you know what he said? He said, my father would treat me better if I was to go and serve my father. I'd rather be a servant in the house of my father.
Amen.
And you know what his father saw him coming?
Yeah,
he said, my son was dead to me, and now he lives.
Amen.
Well, guess what?
Do your thing.
I don't understand.
I got you. Let me help you understand.
Yeah.
The entire Bible is written to one people. And those people were split up
Well,
as the natural branches and the grafted in branches.
Sure.
Right? Those same people, some of those people were scattered. Some of those people stayed.
Yeah.
Those people that were scattered started to be called Gentiles. And those people didn't have a way back. So they had to be adopted back into the commonwealth of their family. Have you ever heard of the story of the prodigal son?
Oh, yeah.
That prodigal son, they were brothers, weren't they? Right? And one brother stayed home and the other brother went out and spoiled all his goods. And you know what he said? He said, my father would treat me better if I was to go and serve my father. I'd rather be a servant in the house of my father.
Amen.
And you know what his father saw him coming?
Yeah,
he said, my son was dead to me, and now he lives.
Amen.
Well, guess what? You know who he didn't say that about? The neighbors.
But
He never said the neighbors can come in and now eat with us. He never said the people down the street. You know who he was talking about? His sons. Because the children first must be fed.
That's true. He did say
The
that.
children must first be fed.
To the Jew first and also to the Gentile.
Also to the Gentile. But you know who he didn't say to? To the Edomite, to the Moabite, to the Amorite, to the Girgashite.
So he did say, if you recall, when the Jews were rejecting him, the Pharisees were rejecting him, he said, it's going to be worse for you in the day of judgment than for Sodom and Gomorrah.
That's true. You know why?
So what does that mean for them?
That means that because they know better, they're going to get punished. But you know what that means?
That's right.
It has nothing to do with the neighbors. You're still trying to find a way to make our mail community mail when you don't stay in our house. The entire book is directed and addressed to a nation and a family. That family never got the inheritance that was promised to them. Never.
Who was it written from?
The Israelites, the children from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Well, what about the book of Romans? That was written to the Romans, or the Corinthians. That was written to the Corinthians, or the Ephesians, or all of that.
Was Paul a Roman?
Yeah.
Well, who was Paul teaching to?
The Romans.
His
Everybody.
brethren. Go to Romans 9.
That I have great sorrow and continual grief in my heart, for I could wish that I myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my countrymen according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertain the adoption.
So stop. The adoption of the Spirit pertains to the Israelites. And what else?
The glory, the covenants.
Stop. How many covenants is that?
It says plural, so
Plural covenants. Go ahead. What else?
the giving of the law, the service of God, and the promises of whom are the fathers, and from whom, according to the flesh, Christ came.
Stop. So who did Christ come for? Those of the flesh. You believe in Christ? If you believe in Christ, then his death, burial, and resurrection were for his family. Because what we just read is that Christ died for his people.
Do your thing. Let's do it. Let's do it. This is what I like. This is what I like. I like questions.
Okay,
Questions, y'all.
I know that a lot of people think smoking weed is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is eating weed okay? That's the question. Like, is it okay to eat the plant other than, or just don't mess with it at all?
Is everything that you do has a spirit? Why are you eating the weed? It's just why would people eat the weed? Is that lawful?
I wouldn't say it.
So okay, so you answered your own questions because you understand about right and wrong. See, other people, they're just trying to get high because they're oppressed and they're trying to get high, and you can't lead anyone by being high, right? Give me Ecclesiasticus 38, right? But what I will say is there anything wrong with marijuana? The Lord put it here. I'm just saying the Lord put it here, so the Lord put it here for a reason. I understand.
And what has been in history about how people are doing it in Christian.
Right. I understand. You know where they get smoking weed from? They get smoking weed from a Hindu god called Thuggy. And that's how you worship that god, is by wearing dreadlocks and getting high. What God, what religion does that sound like?
Sound like from Jamaican stuff to me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It sounds Rastafarian, but it's from an East End. Do your thing. Let's do it. Let's do it. This is what I like. This is what I like. I like questions.
Okay,
Questions, y'all.
I know that a lot of people think smoking weed is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is eating weed okay? That's the question. Like, is it okay to eat the plant other than, or just don't mess with it at all?
Is everything that you do has, let's say you get in trouble with the law, right? And you go to the court and you go to the judge and you say, I'm sorry, judge, this, that, and the third, right? And the judge be like, all right, man, don't do it again. And you come back to him again. And you go to the judge and you tell the judge, all right, I'm sorry. All right, man, look, this is your last chance, bro. Don't do it again. And he let you out and you go do it again and come back. And you say, I'm sorry, judge, this, that, and this, that, and third. Man, I don't trust what you say no more. I don't believe your words and your sorries. Now Christ got to come. And Christ got to be like, okay, so we've been working at this, we've been working at that. You know what I'm about, Judge? We've been working at this, we've been working at that, and this and that, and he hasn't gotten in trouble in 3 years, and this, that, and the third. Can you give him another shot? You know what I mean? Now you need somebody to talk for you because your word ain't good no more. That's us. Our word ain't good no more. So now we had to have Christ come and be our sacrifice, because we was doing things like we'll sin and have the lamb ready to give to the priest. Let's say you get in trouble with the law, right? And you go to the court and you go to the judge and you say, I'm sorry, judge, this, that, and the third, right? And the judge be like, all right, man, don't do it again. And you come back to him again. And you go to the judge and you tell the judge, all right, I'm sorry. All right, man, look, this is your last chance, bro. Don't do it again. And he let you out and you go do it again and come back. And you say, I'm sorry, judge, this, that, and this, that, and third. Man, I don't trust what you say no more. I don't believe your words and your sorries. Now Christ got to come. And Christ got to be like, okay, so we've been working at this, we've been working at that. You know what I'm about, Judge? We've been working at this, we've been working at that, and this and that, and he hasn't gotten in trouble in 3 years, and this, that, and the third. Can you give him another shot? You know what I mean? Now you need somebody to talk for you because your word ain't good no more. That's us. Our word ain't good no more. So now we had to have Christ come and be our sacrifice, because we was doing things like we'll sin and have the lamb ready.
White man sent to the temple of God, saying he is God, forgiving you for sins. And you know what you say? Blessed Father, thank you. You know what? You've been bamboozled by the devil all over again.
The Lord will work individually through each person. He doesn't give a blanket statement to all of his children. He doesn't work with each of his children the same way. We are all different.
See, I like how you keep saying his children.
Yes, sir.
Because his children have always been very specific to a people.
Yes, sir.
So that's what I'm trying to understand. How does everyone become his children?
Well, not everyone does. We're all made in the image of God, but we are adopted into his family when we believe in Jesus Christ. It says that we are grafted into the family of God.
Right.
Which started with the Jews.
Right.
Started with Israel. And those were his chosen people. Those were the people that Jesus came through. The promise of the Messiah came through the Jews.
Right.
But then after Jesus came, he said, you don't have to do these sacrifices anymore because I'm the sacrifice. You don't have to
Who said it to?
He said it to the Jews first.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Paul came and he said, no, this is for the Gentiles too. Like he spoke to Cornelius, a Gentile man who was not a Jew in any sense, but he had a vision from God and said that God told him you need to listen to Paul. And Paul comes, or it was Peter. It was Peter came to him. And Peter spoke the gospel to this Gentile man and they got the Holy Spirit just like the Jews did. So
remember when he saw that Gentile man, he said, I'm not going to call anything unclean.
Yeah, Jesus said that verse. Did you know that?
I did.
Verse that said it was what goes out of a person that makes him unclean, not what goes into it. That way he got rid of all the food laws.
So you're saying that now we can eat bats?
I mean, I wouldn't recommend it. I'm a nurse.
Wait. You said we can though.
No, you told
We
me
can
we
eat
can't.
babies now.
Oh
Babies.
gosh, no sir.
Yeah, you said the food law changed. So now we're opened up for horses, bats, babies,
I wouldn't say babies
people,
because we're made in the image of
people
God.
with these.
Image of God.
What? Murder.
Image of God is
Isn't it
different
murder
from
to
animals.
eat animals as well?
Well, God has.
So you
God
can
has
eat
allowed that.
animals because animals is food, but people are not food.
No sir.
All right. So when did God say a bat was food?
He didn't say specifically.
Oh, well, he specifically said what was food and what was not food.
Was it Peter's dream when he came down with the sheep with all kinds of animals? It didn't specify which ones, but it was definitely ones outside of the Jewish law. And Jesus said,
And what did he say? What did he say though? What did Peter say?
no, sir, I'm not going to do that. Jesus
What did he say? Say it again. No, sir. I'm what?
He said no. He didn't know that that was allowed for him as part of Jewish law.
And you know what? He realized that it wasn't about food at all.
Right. You're absolutely right.
Okay, so while you using it to verify it's okay to eat any kind of food, you said that freed us to eat whatever we wanted to eat. Then you just said right now that it's not about food. So
It's
it can't
not.
be about the same thing. It can't be about two different things. White man sent to the temple of God saying he is God, forgiving you for sins. And you know what you say? Blessed Father. Blessed Father, thank you.
Let me show you. I gotta educate the Christians real quick.
How do I stop being a white now?
What's your nationality? I don't mind me asking. Y'all Hispanic? Why you come out touching people? They're not, are these your children? Do you know them? Oh no, but stop touching people.
This is the light to the Gentiles. Keep going.
And they will cling to the house of Jacob. And people will take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel will possess them as servants and maids in the land of the Lord. They will take them captive as captives they were, and rule over them, over their oppressors.
That's the hope. That's heaven. Do you support your people? So you support white people and black people. You realize how those things coexist, right?
Like it doesn't matter. It's a great question. Because it would also be with the black and brown community support. So we get to that.
Why they gotta support you for?
We're the Isupk under Commanding General Howard. We've been around since the late 60s. Our school is about teaching Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans the true culture and identity that they belong to according to the scriptures. We won't see the word Hispanic in the Bible, but our people are in that book.
There is nothing you can do to stop God from destroying you because you are his enemy. Guess how I know you're his enemy? Because you're killing his children. Right. And anyone that kills the children of God are enemies to God.
Let me show you. I gotta educate the Christians real quick.
So as somebody who's white, not my 41 years since my how do I stop being a white now?
What happened in Israel in 70 AD? So you don't know. I'm trying to explain it to you. When Christ would talk to somebody, wouldn't he ask them a question in return? You see the problem? You know what he wanted to do? He just wanted to distract y'all.
Would you love a God that says, hey,
that's all that it was. This is a distraction from y'all learning your identity. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And there is a God that said, I died for all of you.
Where does it say that? Book, chapter, verse. Can you prove what you're saying?
Where it says that he died for all nations.
You got to talk to his general, man. Don't worry. They'll get back to us. The Christian church is the house of Satan. We believe in Jesus. The problem is they hijacked Jesus' word and changed it. That's the problem by telling lies. They told lies on Christ.
Who did?
You're telling them right now.
How?
Read the word then. I'll ask you to prove what you said. Show
I
it
asked
to
you
me.
where Jesus, first of all, I asked him
the word of
who
God
approached me out here with my wife
Let the
and
word
said,
of God be true.
you got a mouth as a woman.
Let the
Women
word
ain't
of
worth
God.
nothing.
Christians never want to prove anything because you don't really have anything that you believe in. That's the issue. You don't really believe in anything. You don't even know what you believe. If you knew what you believed, then you'd be able to substantiate it. But you can't substantiate it. That's the difference between me and you.
Yours is that you're
difference
lost.
we can prove what we're saying. Yes, we are the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
No. You prove to me. Prove to me that Jesus didn't die for every single person out there. Prove it.
Oh, that's easy.
Prove it.
Matthew 15 and 24.
Wait, read it.
Read it. Grab this one.
Listen to your
Let
master, bro.
me show you the difference.
Read it.
Right? Let me show you the difference between
Call
us
him
and
Boyd
you.
next time.
I don't have a problem showing who Israel came for. I mean, who Christ came for. You do.
Okay, so read it.
That's the difference.
Read it.
I can do whatever I want to do.
Yeah,
So can I, animal.
You get what I'm saying? So
She's
like,
a woman that doesn't matter according to this
don't
guy.
matter to me. You got it?
The book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 24.
Read that out good.
But he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
This is written in red. Christ was only sent for the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Israel
Now,
now is
where's
what
your
y'all are
scripture?
talking about.
There we go.
Israel now is what we're talking about.
Now, where's your scripture? Apparently, she's in charge. So I'm gonna talk to her.
She's my wife, brother.
So you want me to talk to you? Which one's in charge?
You're like Jesus loved the church, right?
Which one's running your house?
Partnership. It's a covenant. Three of us.
Which one's running your house?
Covenant. Three of us.
Because it seems like she runs it.
If she runs it, she runs it.
There it
Yeah,
is.
that's how you let pride go.
I thought the scripture says that the man was the head of the woman.
Birth, was it a woman?
You reverse things. What
Answer my
happened
question.
in Israel in 70
No,
AD?
answer my
So
question.
you
Come on.
Give me Mark, the 7th chapter.
You see what's in your hands?
Come on.
let me show you. I got to
White man sent to the
Let's say you get in trouble with the law.
I don't understand.
I got you. Let me help you understand.
Yeah.
The entire Bible is written to one people. And those people were split up
Well, you
as the natural branches and the grafted in branches.
sure.
Right? Those same people.
Let me show you. I got to educate the Christians real quick.
How do I stop being a white now?
Why you come out touching people? Are these your children? Do you know them? Well, stop touching people.
This is the light to the Gentiles.
And they will cling to the house of Jacob. Then people will take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel will possess them as servants and maids in the land of the Lord. They will take them captive as captives they were, and rule over them, over their oppressors.
That's the hope. That's heaven. You support your people. So you support white people and black people. You realize how those things
I know
coexist,
it
right?
doesn't, like, it doesn't matter. It's a great question. Because it also be with the black and brown community support. Go against that.
Why they gotta support you for?
We're the Isupk under Commanding General Howard. We've been around since the late 60s. Our school is about teaching Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans the true culture and identity that they belong to according to the scripture. We won't see the word Hispanic in the Bible, but our people are in that book.
There is nothing you can do to stop God from destroying you because you are his enemy. Guess how I know you're his enemy? Because you're killing his children. Right. And anyone that kills the children of God are enemies to God.
Let me show you. I got to educate
Turn it off. The tablet. Oh.
Is it plugged up? Is it charging?
Oh, never mind. He got kicked out. I see what happened. They got kicked out of the studio. Okay, there it goes. Okay, it's good. Okay, it's good. You said I'm good? Oh, I clap it up. All right, Shalom, Yahabashim Yosha Barakatam. Shalom Alta Bashim Yosha to all the sisters. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge out of One West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, and the Command Johanna. And of course, today is going to be talking about the historical warning signs. I know I had to change up the title a little bit, but we're going to be talking about the historical warning signs. You know, seeing all the patterns that white people have caused, because we don't look at the historical warning sign. We don't look at the history of white people. A lot of us skip over the history, and the most dangerous thing is losing your history. Losing your history. The past is very important. I'd say. I don't know about y'all, but the past is very important. It's very important to know your history and your past. Because if you don't have your past, guess what you don't have? You don't have your identity. Right. You lose your identity because you're connected to your past. That's why the Native American brothers, what would they always do? They would always gather together in a circle and tell the past or the history. That's what they would do. All's good. Hello, hello. 1, 2. It was low. It was low. But yeah, it's damn, I'm hitting this thing. I'm finna break it. Be careful. But your past and that's better. Your past and your history is very important. It's very important to take hold of your history. It's very important, and the Bible tells you how important it is to keep hold of your history. Right. America, they want you to forget your history. I want you to forget everything about your history, and that's why they try to wipe it. They try to wipe your history, make you. I mean, you see what they're doing with the Trail of Tears. What are they calling it now? They calling it something different. The transatlantic migration or something. That's what they calling it.
So, like you, sir, you talking about the transatlantic slave trade?
Yeah, they not gonna call it that no more. They changing the name of it. They changing the name of it. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they turning it to the migration. Yeah, they changing the name completely. And if we let these people completely change, they're changing the narrative.
Right.
The narrative is very important. Like the narrative of a story is very important, and the narrative of our history is very important. And that's what white people are trying to do. They're trying to they can't erase it because everybody knows slavery happened. Everybody knows the Trail of Tears happened. So instead of changing, trying to make everybody forget the history, what do? They change the narrative, change how it played out. That's what white people do with all history.
Right.
They change how it played out. They change the narrative, make you believe, oh, the Native Americans, they chose to come over here. They chose to walk over here. They chose to do that on their own. That's what white people do, and that will completely disrupt. Like, imagine you being a child and learning this. Like, you're going from generations that knew that's tongue twister, but the transatlantic slave trade was something that white people did that was terrible, to now, oh, they chose to come over here. You have a whole nother generation that they chose to come over here. That erases your whole history. Now the history is just miscombobulated. Now you don't know. That's how important it is to hold on to our history, because it can be switched just like that. It can be taken away just like that. It's very important that you have your history, that you learn your history. And one thing that we have not learned is we haven't learned the history patterns of the white man. We haven't learned it. We have completely forgotten his history, his patterns. We, instead of learning, the words that come out of his mouth and how sweet, his words are, learn his historical patterns, how evil this man has been over the course of history. It's all throughout history. It's all throughout history, but we don't look at history. We don't pay attention to history. It's very important that we pay attention to history. We have to learn from history, because history has, like I said, it has historical warning signs to tell us who really is evil on earth and who is good on earth. Historical warning signs. You see all the patterns and all the signs. I mean, you can look at all the massacres that he's caused. There's so many massacres. You got the New York City draft riots. It's a complete massacre. In 1863, you have the Memphis massacre. White police officers killed over 46 black people. 46 black people, and burned their homes. Like, these people have had a history of coming into our neighborhoods and destroying what was ours, our homes, our place of rest. They have had a history of disrupting those things because they cannot stand to see you happy. When a black man is happy and comfortable, they cannot stand it. I cannot stand it. When we have Black Wall Street, they could not stand to see us happy and comfortable. So they had to come up with a plan to destroy us, to destroy our communities, to destroy our households. They had to come up with a plan with it because they cannot stand to see you happy. I mean, I remember Commander General Muhammad breaking it down, how like you being in a swimming pool. Like why do black people need to swim? Because it signifies something that is happy, like it's a luxury. Why should you be swimming in there? Because they can't stand to see you happy. They can't stand to see you having a smile on their face. Like, what are you happy about? They want to see you suffer. And that's what white people love to do. They love to cause suffering in the black communities. I mean, we've seen it time and time again all throughout history. All throughout history. Have we not? All of history has been suffering and suffering from white people, but yet we still choose to love them. We still choose to be by their side and protect these white people. Why? Because a lot of people don't know the history of the white man. Don't know the history of how evil this man truly is. Because, I mean, of course, when you win a battle, when you win a war, you get to rewrite history. And that's what white people have done. They have rewritten history and made them seem like the hero. They made themselves out to be the hero. That's why they got statues, statues of these people who are actually mass murderers. Statues of them up in downtown cities. And we glorify them. We go out and we take pictures with them. We go out and we go learn about the history of how they were such a hero, but we never learn the other side. We never learned the the side where they had slaves. We never learned the side where they was beating your back 24/7, so you could get that cotton up. We never learned that side. We never learned the side where they was hanging you. We never learned that side. But we learn how important these people are. We learn how important the white man is in America. That's what we do learn. And that's why it's important for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to learn your history. Because history also keeps you from making mistakes. You learn how to not make mistakes from history. Oh, you gotta raise your hand. Very good.
I just know that we was getting lynched up until the 1910s, 1920s. I think.
No, not until 19.
No,
we still getting lynched today.
I know we still getting lynched today.
We still getting lynched today, my brother.
I know, but like from what I remember,
you know what's crazy is
that
they try to say that those are suicides. Those are suicides. You know, they have government that they go out and they cover these things up.
They doing it to Hispanics too, right? Like the Mexicans too. Yeah, they doing it to us too right now. They just hang a Hispanic cat in what was it? Washington? Well, yeah, they're
you talking about the Hispanic brother that died?
Yeah.
From ICE?
No, I'm talking about the one that got hung.
God, I don't know about that one yet. You have to send me that story because that's crazy.
There's one
I didn't hear about that. They probably ruled it as a suicide, huh?
I don't remember, but I just know that they yeah, they're doing it to us too. But the one I was referring to was it's called the hour of blood or something like that. La Masacre that happened here in Texas. They lynched like from 1910 to like 1920. They lynched 5,000 Mexicans.
Yeah,
it's on the thing. I was just looking over it right now on the internet.
But yeah, just send me that story and I'll look over it later on. But yeah, our history is very important. You got to know the history of the danger of white people, and that's something you have to teach your children, because a lot of us have our children going out and doing all these crazy things with these white people, and now we come up missing, just like what happened in Memphis, or it's like not Memphis, in Mississippi, that brother that ended up dying on the island. It came up, on the island. Yes, they found his body on the island. Yeah, Nolan Wells. They found it. Yeah, white boys. Yes, and he came up missing. You have your children going out with these white people, and they don't have the history of how dangerous white people are. You know what? I remember being a kid, right? And I was hanging out with these white people, right? And we was going swimming. I actually remember this. We was going swimming, and he thought it was funny to sit on me until I couldn't breathe in the pool. I remember this. You wasn't there, but I remember this. He thought it was funny to sit on me in the pool, And I remember getting so upset, and I stormed out. I was like, man, I ain't never messing with this this white person again. I walked away, ran out because I got up from under him, and I walked out. I remember just walking home as a little kid. I was probably about, how old was I? Maybe like 7, 8, around there. Yeah, I remember this, and he said I was furious because he thought it was funny. It was entertaining to him. This was entertaining. The suffering of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans is entertaining to white people. I stormed out of there. I never looked back. Stormed out of there. But the suffering of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, it's entertainment to them. You're an entertainment to them. You used to get burned up on 4th of July because you were the fireworks. That was your suffering was entertainment to white people. And it still is to this day. Right. Like white people, when they harm you, you know what they have? They have it's like dopamine. You have like dopamine, like you get addicted to something, and like when you do it, it makes you feel a certain way. Well, when white people they see you suffering and they kill you, it's a dopamine that they have, or like it's something inside them that just makes them feel aroused when they see your suffering. You were saying something?
Oh, Slucky, sir. If I can recall, it's a type of actually it's a mental condition that that it's called I forgot the name. It's a German word. It's a German word that they actually get like almost like excited and stimulated from people suffering.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you, sir. You probably about to bring it out.
I think I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking. I remember seeing it, but I'd have to look it up. Go ahead. You had your hand raised. Oh, the word. The story. Oh, okay. Con. Oh, con. I'm gonna look at that. Then. But you had your hand raised.
It almost seems to me that whenever these young kids do what they're doing to black young men, it's almost like a ritual to me. Like they're getting, like how where you jump somebody to get in the game, or you have to go out and shoot somebody to get in the game. It's almost like they have to kill a black person to get in the people game or something. It seems like that to me. I don't know, but it just if they're doing it way too often, not to be something similar like a ritual. It seems like that's what
I definitely understand. One thing that you can learn from white people is they have a signature move, kind of like they're showing off, and it's a signature move they have with throwing people in the river. Like you see a lot of black people, they come up in the river, just like Emmett Till, he popped up where? In the river, and just like this brother, he popped up in a river. It's a signature move that they have. It's a signature that they have. It's a signature move that they do, and they almost show it off. They're proud to do it. Go ahead.
13-year-old boy by a 17-year-old and I think a 16-year-old or 15-year-old. It might be about that age. But the 13-year-old black boy was killed in the river as well.
I'm telling you, it's a signature move that they have. It's like a thing that they do to, so it's like a worker, certain serial killers, they have like certain artwork that they like to do with their kills. It's like that. That's their signature move, is throwing you in the ocean or, the ocean or the river. But go ahead. Yeah, Henry.
It's like you, sir. The term I was talking about is called Schadenfreude. It's a German word meaning harm joy. It's the experience of pleasure, joy, or self-satisfaction that comes from learning of one's troubles, failures, pain, suffering, or humiliation.
Oh my goodness.
Schadenfreude is a loan word from German. The closest word in English would be gloat.
There it is. There it is. White people love to see you suffer. They love to see you humiliated. That's why you're a laughing stock to them. You're a laughing stock. They look at you and be like, look at these thugs. Look at them. Look at their low life. Look at them as they're low. Look at our artwork because we made them like that. Like they look at you and you're a masterpiece to them because they created you. They created your lifestyle. They created everything that you live in. The whole system that you live in, they created it. You want to know why you're suffering so much? It's because the white man created a system for you to suffer. Right? You want to know why? Because he created it all for you to suffer. Right. Now, our biggest mistakes was, not learning from our history, not learning from the past, not learning from our mistakes. That's what we did. We didn't do it. We didn't learn from our mistakes. We didn't learn that this white man is dangerous. We didn't teach it to our children, to our families. We didn't. But in here, we will teach it to our children. We will teach them of how these people have caused mass murders. They caused mass murders. How Dylan Ruth Thorne. We'll teach them about them. About all these mass shooters. We'll teach them about them and how dangerous they are. How they caused these mass shootings. Now, how they caused the school shootings. Because white people cause these things because they're harmful and they're dangerous. We have to watch out for them. And history tells us that. History shows us a warning sign. But if you don't know your history, now you're not going to know. You're not going to know anything. Give me a Romans chapter 15 and verse 4. Yeah, go ahead.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Yeah, the things that were written aforetime were written for our learning. Like, how we know about Christ?
Through the scriptures, sir.
Yeah, through the scriptures, things that were written. I mean, white people, they tell you not to remember the past, but they remember everything. They write everything in their history books. Right. They got history books and everything. They remember 9/11, but then they tell you to forget your past. They tell you to forget your history, but then they remember their history very well. Why is it so that you have to forget your history, but white people don't have to forget theirs? Why do you have to forget the past, but every other nation, they have something that they're connected to that they can remember. They can remember their history and their culture, but you can't remember nothing. Why is it so? Yes, that's true. They teach it in the school. But why is it so that you have to forget everything about your history and white people can remember all of their history? They can remember 9/11. They can remember 4th of July. They can remember all these things, but you got to forget about it. You got to forget about slavery. Forget about it. Because soon enough, if we keep on letting the white man rule and letting him rule over the earth, soon enough, everybody's going to forget about slavery, that it ever happened. It's going to be something in the past. Because it's not going to be taught to our children. Aren't they trying to take it out of the school system? Trying to take it out of the school system. Yeah, out of the textbooks. Why is that part of history being taken out of the textbooks? But these things are very important. Your history is very important. Read that scripture again.
This book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Were written for our learning. That's how we know about Christ. How do we know about Paul? How do we know about who Paul was? What he did? How do we know about him? It was written down. How do we know about King David? It's written down in a book. How do we know about George Washington? It's written in a book for our learning. And if you don't have that, You'll never know about any of these people. You would have never knew about Christ if it was never written down. If it was never kept as a record, you would have never knew about it. If what Paul said was never written down, you would have never known anything about it. You would have never known how to be a brother if Christ didn't. If nothing what he said was written down, you wouldn't have known it. You wouldn't have known how the law, the spirit of the law was actually supposed to be. If nothing he said was written down, you just wouldn't know about it. It'd just be blank. Go ahead. He did leave us the blueprint. He left us our history book. This is what this is. The Bible is a history book. And we should learn it. Learn it up and down. You should learn your history. It tells you everything about you, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. How you act is spot on. It tells you how you a stiff-necked people, everything. It tells everything. And it tells you about other nations' history also. It tells you how evil the white man is. And why you should watch out for him. But why is everybody saying that we should love him? See, read that scripture again.
This book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
Through the patience and the comfort of the scriptures. Because these scriptures, they give you comfort. Because they tell you the truth. I mean, like the scripture says, the truth will set you free. It'll set your mind free from all the BS that's in the world. It sets you free from all the lies that's in America. From all the, what do they call it? A superstition that America has put on you. Because our people are very superstitious people.
Right.
Superstitious about everything. And when you read these scriptures, it clears it all up and gives you a full mind to think. A clear mind to think about what is true and what is a lie. I mean, a lot of our people, they're plagued and destroyed by thinking about all these, demons and all that thinking it all exists, and it doesn't. All the how movies portray the demons to be some red man. It's not true. It's not true. All the demons that be in people and they be doing all that crazy stuff. No, it's not true. They're betraying to, thinking that angels fell from earth. It's not true. And one thing about our people is we're real pictorial people. So we see these things and we believe it. We see these things and we think it's true, and it's not. Because we're a superstitious people. And these scriptures right here, they give you comfort from those things, from the tares. That's why it's important that you read the scriptures, because it's going to give you comfort in a sane mind. So what we're fighting for here in America, we're fighting for a sane mind. So you could think properly. Read that again.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Whatsoever things were aforetime were written for our learning. The history, it has signs of danger from these white people. You could go and you could find all the texts about how dangerous white people are. I mean, you have all these massacres. You got the New Orleans massacre. You got the Colaflex massacre. You got a hamburger massacre. You got the Wilmington massacre in Comp. There's so many massacres, and the list goes on and on and on. It's a long list. You got the Rosewood massacre. How many of you guys know about the Rosewood massacre? Right? You know about it?
They slaughtered almost the whole town.
Yeah, they slaughtered almost a whole town over what?
It's like you, sir. I think a white woman said that
a black man raped her.
Yeah, that the black man, SA'd her.
Yeah, and really the truth is she was just going out sleeping around like all white women do, because they're all what?
Floozies.
Yeah, floozies. I ain't gonna say. I want to say the other
304s.
Yeah, 304s. They're all 304s. That's what they are. And because of that, because of her cries and her tears, you know what happened? A whole town had to get slaughtered. A whole town had to get destroyed. You know what's crazy is, y'all know the story of Emmett Till. You know how that woman said that he looked at her a certain way? Yeah, whistled at her and everything. You want to know what's crazy is? On her deathbed, she said, yeah, it was a lie. He didn't even do nothing. So that brother died over nothing. Died over nothing. She just wanted to cause trouble, like white people do, because they love to see your suffering. They love to cause and make up a lie to see your suffering, just like police. They come up with a lie to see your suffering, to see you suffer. They come up with, oh, he had a gun when you had nothing in your hands at all. Yeah, I mean, shoot, the gentleman was just talking about that. Brother, they're going to plant drugs on you. They're going to plant drugs on you just to get an excuse to beat you. Not just that. Not just that. They really trying to off you. That's their whole main goal, because they want to see you suffer. They just can't contain it in themselves. I mean, you ever seen a white man hunt before? You ever seen a white man go hunting? Oh my God. You ever seen him kill a deer? Oh man. Brother, I've seen white people go hunting, and after they get their kill, they're shaking because they're so excited. They're so excited that it just arouses them. It's that bad. Like you brought out the definition that they have a mental illness. They love to see things suffer and die. You know, it's crazy. They don't pick on the things that could actually harm. They don't go to the hood that, you know, where who's some crazy people? Darnell, huh? Yeah, they don't Chicago. They don't go there. They don't go to the crazy places where there are actually brothers who are actually dangerous. They don't go there. They don't go to the YNs. But you know where they do go? They go to the helpless people. Like,
If I could, that's because them young niggas out there got switches.
Yeah, go good. Yeah,
they ain't dealing with that. They like, no stirry, because they know better.
Yeah, they know not to mess with them. They know not to mess with them YNs, because they go down to that street. Well, what's some crazy streets to go down? They go down them streets. They know they're not gonna make it out alive. They know it's gonna be a fight. So you know what they do? They go and they prey on the helpless. The people that, you know, there's a scripture about that. You know, give me that scripture. Give me. Yeah, give me that scripture. Give me Psalms 10 and 8.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 10, verse 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent.
And he sitteth he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. Who was that brother that went to that grocery store and unalived the brothers at the grocery store? What was his name?
Which one?
Well, hold on. Yeah, the latest one. The latest one, he sat there and he studied those people. He went and he sat there as a homeless man. Oh yeah, Peyton Gendrick. He sat there as a homeless man talking to the people and was like, "Hey, yeah, what's up? What's up?" Talking to him, and then later came back and killed him. He sat in the lurking places, watching the people, studying them. That's what they do. White people study black people. They study you. That's how we feel, because they studied you.
El Paso too, at Walmart.
Good.
And El Paso too, at Walmart, where that Edomite went in to Walmart and he unalived like 30-some people.
I haven't heard about that one.
Yeah, with it, he went in with his AR-15
I
and
really
just
don't know.
you know, like he was strapped up with extra clips,
Mm.
and like he went in with full body armor and clips. He was ready for war. Went in, he just unalived all kinds of people.
It's crazy because that's what they do. They sit there and they study you. I bet you he probably did have a moment where he went and studied and was like, because ain't nobody just gonna go in blindly. They're gonna study a place and make sure it's not a people of their own. They're gonna go in there and see if it's blacks and Hispanics because that's their target. Go ahead.
And Slovakia, he had a manifesto too, saying about how he was purifying America, getting rid of all the so-called undesirables.
That is insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. That is crazy because that's exactly how white people think about us. I mean, why do you think Donald Trump is doing the same? I mean, he has that same mindset. Donald Trump has that same mindset with it just coded. Make America great. What do you think that really means? Purify America. And that's exactly why he's going out and taking Hispanic brothers and throwing them in these detention centers. Because he's so-called purifying America. That's what he's doing. That's in his mind. He has that same mindset as that brother or that man right there. Same mindset. It's just coded. Coded. So we don't understand it. That we think making America great is just getting it back to top standard and so that everybody can live comfortably. No, that's not what make America great means. Really, make America great means bring back slavery. Because that's what they want, and that's what they've always fought for. Well, that's what white people have always fought for was slavery. Always fought for that. All of his, I mean, what was the Patriots fighting for? Slavery. I was fighting for that. But go ahead on that scripture. Keep on going.
His eyes are privily set against the poor.
Oh my goodness. And he said against the poor, not the people who got money and have, protection and can actually do some harm. No, against the poor. You keep on going.
Verse 9. He lieth
No. Read it in the secret places.
Oh, come on. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 10, verse 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent.
My goodness, the innocent. The people who are just trying to live their lives. People who are trying to have regular lives. Those are the people that he goes and targets. Not the people who are, got guns and who actually can do some damage. No, he gets the people who just want to live their lives and be protected. The people who go to church every day, and those are the people that he goes after. The people who are starting families. Those are the people he goes after. He don't go after his own people. He definitely makes sure he don't go after his own people, because why ain't he going to the white areas to shoot up the white areas? He's going to an all-black store because they hate you. They want to see you suffer. And it's so bad to the point, if they can't attack you, they will attack their own people. They'll definitely attack their own people. Yeah, because they have such a bloodlust, right? They after blood, nothing but blood. Give me Deuteronomy. Go back to Deuteronomy 32 and 7. Go.
Select. Okay. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 7. Remember the old days.
Hey,
consider the years of many generations.
Hold on. Is the Bible telling you to forget the past?
Remember the old days.
No, they're saying remember the old days. Remember the days of old. And see, something that's crazy is that we forgot about the days of old, but guess who hasn't forgotten about the days of old?
So, like you, sir, if I may, who hasn't forgotten the days of old? All these like you'll see them with their flags, with their Southern flags, Confederate flags waving. They haven't forget about that. Now they're not so much waving the Confederate flag anymore. Now they're wearing that red hat that says "Make America Great Again." They haven't forgotten the old days.
Not just them, but the Lord hasn't forgotten them.
Oh, that's right.
The Lord, they haven't forgotten either. I mean, that's crazy. We bring up the Confederate flag because the Confederate flag just in 2000, I think 13, just got removed from the schools. Just like that. That's in 2013. That was recent. Just a minute ago. And you know what the Confederate flag represented? What? You had the hand raised? Okay.
They even changed the name of Lee High School to the Legacy or something like that.
I don't know.
They changed the names of one of the schools here because it was Robert E. Lee.
It was what?
That flag or something like that. Like because Robert E. Lee or something. Look, you know the story of the school? Why they changed the that was oh, that was here in San Antonio.
Well, so like it,
Legacy High School.
yeah. Well, in Midland, Texas, also there's a Legacy High School, but before it was called Legacy High School, it was called Robert E. Lee High School or Lee High.
Robert E. Lee was the general of the Southern Confederate flag. They had the flag.
Yeah, he was.
And they just changed it too?
Well, it's been a couple of years that they changed it here in San Antonio.
Do you know what year they changed it? Because this is a recent time.
It's recent.
It is a recent. It is recent. I mean, like a lot. It was crazy. Is our people think that the racism has left, and these people have changed. These are recent times. Like these are recent. Like their racism hasn't left. You think racism just leaves over in a night? Like goodness, no. Their racism isn't ever gonna leave, anyways, because that's how the Lord made them to be. You can't change what the Lord made crooked. You can't change it.
Right.
The Lord made them to be crooked. How are we gonna change them? Like the Lord, He made them to be a certain way, and you coming up and saying, "Nah, I think I can change him with my words. I think I can change his mind, his thought process." How can you do? How you think you better than the Lord? You think you can go against the Lord? Absolutely not. Keep on going on the scripture though.
Come on.
Start from the top again.
This book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 7. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations.
Oh my goodness. Remember the days of old and consider the years of many generations. Think about all the things that have happened to many generations. What is a generation anyways?
A generation is it's about 50 years. It's about when like your father's generation, and then when he has a son, that's another generation. And then when that son has a son, that's another generation. It's just when you generate more, when you have children.
So think about all the generations that have passed over the time, all the suffering they went through, and we just not considering it. We just forgot all the suffering that our people have went through. All the it says to what? Consider what?
Consider the years of many generations.
Consider the years of many generations. Look at all your history of many generations. Because like I said, your identity comes from your history. How do you know who you are? Because of who your parents were and on and so forth. That's how you identify yourself, of who you are. And if you don't know who you are and you don't know your history, you won't have an identity. You don't know your identity. Your identity will be erased. That's why it's so important that you know your history, that we have these, these records. If we don't have these records, who are we? What are we? I mean, just not long ago, we didn't know we were the Israelites because we didn't know our history. We didn't know our records. Literally, we could have still been a nigger on the street if we would have never came into the knowledge of our history. If Commander General would have never kept up the school, none of us would know who we are. None of us would have our history. None of us would know that we're Israelites. none of us would know this. We would not know that we're the greatest people on the face of the earth. We wouldn't know it if we did not have our history. And that's why the most important thing is keeping these records. It's the most important thing. It is your duty to keep these records up and alive and to teach your people. Like Commander General was saying, when we have food drives, it's not just giving out the food. The most important thing is teaching our people how to live, their history, their records, so that they can have it also. They can know how to get off of drugs and know how to live life, so forth on. That's why it's so important to teach your people and your children your history. Because if you don't have your history, you have nothing. You're erased from history. Because who's there to tell it? Because let it be the white man to tell you history. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen if you let white people tell you history?
Salaki, sir, if I may, the devil cometh not but to steal, kill, and destroy. So he's gonna lie up on it. He's gonna twist it all up like he has already done. You know what I mean? Like,
God, like your history will be gone.
Right, it'll be gone. If you let him alone, nothing will survive.
Yeah, they'll lie. They'll lie, and they will not tell the truth, just like they're doing now with the transatlantic slave trade. Right. They're lying about it, and they're changing the narrative of it, changing the narrative to be something that it was not. They're lying. Keep on going.
Ask thy father, and he will show thee.
Oh my goodness! Ask your father, and he will show. You ever like Native Americans? What was the thing that they used to do? They used to gather together around the fire and do what?
They would have councils with the elders, sir.
Yeah, telling the stories of history. They still tell it to this day. Right. They get together and they tell the history. And this is something that we don't do no more. We have fallen from this. And we don't tell our children, we don't gather our children to tell them the stories and history of what life was like back then, who to watch out for, who was, once upon a time, you had your grandma telling you, hey, you need to watch out for them people. Don't go out and mess with them people. Don't go out. I remember General Muhammad breaking it down. He said there was a slang that they had with brothers who would go to the white side of town. I forget it, but we would once upon a time warn each other. Yeah, they do nothing but lie. I mean, even like the sister said, even how Christ looked, they lied about that. They took the identity of Christ, took the identity of the prophets and put it on themselves, made themselves to be Christ, made themselves to be God, so you could serve them. Like, these people do nothing but lie, and if you let them tell you history, they're gonna do nothing but misinterpret your history. Why is it his story? Whose story is it? It's not his story. This is your story. Your story. That's why it says his story. Yeah, his story. Like blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you've got to know your history. You can't know the history. It's like that just threw me off. It's like, yeah, you got to know your history. But keep on reading.
Thy elders, and they will tell thee.
Yeah, ask the elders, and they'll tell you. Like I said, you got to ask your grandma, and she's going to tell you who the devil is. Right. She's going to tell you who to watch out for. Like, I bet you, if you go and ask your grandma right now, I bet you she got some stories of how evil the white man is. Because all those, the things that happened to us back in the day, all the massacres, those weren't long ago. Those are recent. 19-something wasn't long ago. What year was you born?
1986.
Oh my goodness, see? That was right around the corner. What did he say? Said you old. No, like, see, wait, hold on. What year was you born? That was right around what year was you born? Right around the corner. Right around the corner. That was not long ago. It was not long ago. It's what?
Yeah.
Oh, 40 years ago. Hey, brother. Hey, hold on. All right. But that, you know what I'm saying? It's not long ago, but they make it to seem like it was a long time ago. These things, you go and ask your grandma these things, and she'll tell you the stories that happened. They got some crazy stories about how they was treated back in the day because it was a very different world back then. It's a very different world. Go ahead. Yeah, I mean the stories that they told. Why are we not looking out for these things? Why are we not watching out for white people? I mean, of all the stories that you hear from your parents, you should definitely listen to them because their stories are real. Stories the truth. But in our mind, we think white people changed. No, white people will never change. And that's what we have to teach our children, that you need to watch out for these people because they will never change. Go ahead.
Like my grandfather would tell me about the time that when he came to the United States from Mexico, they didn't. He wasn't allowed to eat at the restaurants. He had to go to the back to get served.
And when was he born?
My grandfather. I don't know
in 19.
Yeah, 19. Of course, it was like he was born in the 1900s, but I think he was like born in either 29 or 30, something like that.
I mean, that's not long ago. It's still not long ago.
Like he was
like 1920. We in 2020.
Yeah.
Something like 1920. It wasn't long ago. Yeah, it's not long ago that these events took a place. Like these things were not long ago, but we make them to seem like it was a long time ago, that we gotta forget about this past like it was millions of years ago. And it wasn't. It was less than 100 years ago. Less than 100. When was Emmett Till? When did that situation happen? 1955. That was not long ago. It's right around the corner. See, these things were not long ago. They were right around the corner. But we make them to be very long, like they were thousands of years ago. They were not. So when someone tells you to forget your history, tell them they're retarded. Tell them that you're stupid, because you should not forget your history. You shouldn't forget your history, because things like that brother that just got unalived in Slavia. Where is it again? The brother that just got unalived on the boat.
Oh, in
Mississippi. Yeah, in Mississippi. Yeah, the brother that just got unalived. Situations like that happen. This is why it's important to know your history. Don't let nobody tell you to forget your history. That your history is not important, because it is. You, without your history, you wouldn't know that you're a prince of the power. Your history is important. I mean, to white people, it's not important because they know that you're the greatest people on the face of the earth. It's not important to them because they want you to forget your history, so that you can't become the greatest people on the face of the earth, so that you can go into the character that they have created for you as being a thug or being a drug dealer or being a criminal. They've created that character for you so you go into it blindly. Go ahead.
So, like, sir, just like how that brother Lorenzo in Houston, or he was unalived by the ICE agents. You know what I mean? And like, it turns out that he was the one. He wasn't even the one they were looking for, right? But then, you know, the story was making a lot of leeway in the media, right? And then they turned around and said that he had some type of controlled substance within the van, right? Because they're trying to make it look like he was a criminal, right? And then the substance that was in those little baggies were just salt that he would pour into his water so he can electrolytes because he brother worked outside. You know what I mean? It was like salt that he would put into the, us Mexicans, us so-called Mexicans, we like to drink water with tahine and and lime salt or whatever.
Beer with salt in there. I know.
Just to have some electrolytes so you won't get cramps in your legs.
Definitely.
That's what the brother had. But they're trying to say that it was some type of controlled substance. But they weren't even looking for him. But they're just trying to make it seem like he was some type of criminal. You know what I mean? It's just like you said, if you leave it to the devil, the white man, he's gonna lie on all kinds of stories.
Right. It definitely is. Gonna lie and cause mischief because that's what he loves. He loves to see you suffer. That's all he loves to do. Is to love seeing you suffer. Keep on going on scripture.
Okay. So like what verse were we at?
Deuteronomy 32 and
verse 8.
7, but yeah, go to verse 8.
This book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 8. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
I don't sound like the Lord is bringing everybody together, does it? He's separating the nations. But white people are trying to bring you all together in one big melting pot. But the Lord wants you separate. They're trying to go against the natures of the earth. They're trying to go against the Lord and what he set on the earth, because he set boundaries. Set the boundaries so blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans can be separate from everybody else. But you have borders that separate from everybody else. You're supposed to be separated, and then everybody else is just trying to bring everybody together. And it goes against the Lord. It goes against him. They're trying to take away your inheritance. And how do you have your inheritance? Your history.
Right.
Your history. The knowledge of this truth, the law, statutes, and commandments, all of it is your inheritance. The earth. You wouldn't know the earth is your inheritance if you didn't know your history. You just wouldn't know. You'd be a fool like a lot of our people are today, going unknowingly, not knowing that they're princes of the power, not knowing that you are the most special people on the face of the earth. You wouldn't know it because you don't know your history. That's why history is so important. The history is the biggest thing that you cannot let nobody take your history away. You can't let nobody tell you to forget your history because it's very important. You think Christ would have told you to forget your history? No. I mean, you think the Lord don't want you to forget your history? Like the scripture says, he wants you to remember your history. Use your history as learning. I mean, all throughout this Bible, this whole Bible is a history book. It's so much history in this Bible. So much good history in this Bible. You learn so much history about your people and about you in this Bible. You can learn how to be a prince. You can learn what not to do and what to do. The correct things to do and the not the correct things to do. You got your law in this Bible, and you got the things that are unlawful in this Bible. The things to watch out for. Because this is your history book. This is your constitution. That's what it is. Your constitution. You gotta hold your constitution high. And you gotta go and teach the constitution to all your people.
Right.
That's what you gotta do. Read that again.
Come on. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 8. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
According to the number of the children of Israel. Like he set boundaries. That sounds like the Lord is separating people and not bringing people together. Doesn't sound like the Lord is bringing people, everybody in one big melting pot, separating them. The history of the white man is terrible. Like he's always been trying to destroy you. It's always been his whole agenda has been trying to destroy you and go against the Lord. Everything he does, he goes against the Lord. But he has such a hatred for you. Such a hatred. You know what? There's a brother. His name is Fred Hampton. Fred Hampton. You know what he did? You know what he did? I mean, he was part of the Black Panther Party, but you know what he did? He started the free breakfast. The free breakfast thing. I forget what it called. He started the free breakfast thing. He organized it and he started it. And because he did that, he became the #1 target. They killed him for it because why? Yeah, you're right. That's crazy. Yeah, but they made him a #1 target, not because he was a part of the Black Panther Party, and not because he just some ordinary black man, but because he started this movement. He started this free breakfast community for the black people, for the black community. He organized this, bringing black, Hispanic, or black people together. Right?
It's like you, sir. Like the scriptures was saying that verse 8, where the Most High divided the nations their inheritance. You know, we were divided at one point in time here in the you know, the great whore of Babylon, right? We were divided, you know, through the Jim Crow laws. And there was a city in Greenwood, Tulsa, Oklahoma, right? The Greenwood district of Tulsa, Oklahoma, during that time of segregation. They deemed it Black Wall Street, right? Well, this city was so great because, you know, we were separate from the other, from, you know, the Edomites. I mean, we were separate. We were actually growing. We had our own, you know, doctors' offices, our own, you know, bus stations. There's even accounts where some brothers even had their own private airplanes.
I mean,
in this city.
What was Oscar Bob saying the other day? Man, if we was left alone, we'd become great. All you have to do is just leave us alone. If white people left us alone and we stayed separate from white people, we at some point in time we would be over them. We'd be way better than them, and that's what they're afraid of. That's why they can't let you rise up, because they know if you start rising up and you become great, then you're gonna overpower them. I mean, why do you think Pharaoh did what he did? America doing the same thing Pharaoh doing. I mean, history repeats itself. History repeats itself perfectly. Because Pharaoh did the same thing that Donald Trump is doing today. And these people are starting to be great in number. People starting to be great in number. We can't let them be great in number. Because if they're great in number, they will overpower us. And that's what Pharaoh understood. And that's what Donald Trump understands too. He understands that. Understand that if you become greater than them, you overpower them. You'll be greater than them. That's why they had to go and destroy your communities and have to now imply further affliction onto you, because they don't want you to think that you have a fighting chance. I don't want you to understand that you have a fighting chance to be able to fight back if you would all just join together. I mean, that's why they took that brother out, Fred Hampton, because he was bringing black people together. That is one of the most dangerous things, is blacks, Hispanics, and Americans coming together to a white man. Seeing you come together is a dangerous thing to them. That's why they separated blacks and Hispanics. That's why they separated you. Now you don't know that you're brothers, and it's not your fault. It's their fault, because they have separated you. That hatred that you have toward each other, that hatred comes from white people separating you. You know, I just seen that brother Ice Speed. You know what I'm talking about? Ice Speed. Man, you know what the Argentinians did? They was hating on him, huh? They was hating on him. But you know what he didn't do? Didn't hate him back. Didn't hate him back. And that's a step towards, you know, us coming together. Blacks, Hispanics, and Americans, we have to love each other. And that's the most important thing. I mean, like, that hatred is taught from white people. And that hatred has to be reversed. It has to be reversed. And that's exactly what we're doing here in ISUP. We're reversing that hatred that we have towards each other, that the white man has put in our minds. Now it's like a thorn that has just been drived into your skin. It has to be reversed. And of course, when it comes out, it's gonna cause damage. Gonna cause damage. I mean, this ain't gonna be a light, easy thing, going and getting our brothers, because of course we're gonna receive pushback. I mean, who do we receive pushback for the most from? Blacks and Hispanics. That's who we receive pushback the most. I mean, you've seen the Native American sister that came up to the campus, run up on the camp on us. I mean, you seen that sister. Oh my goodness, that sister was huge. But you seen that sister. She was coming in pure. But that sister was, hey, chill, cuz that's crazy. But you seen that sister though. Give me Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 10. Oh, come on, prize 8:23. But we have to be careful in trusting in these people. We have to be careful with how we deal with white people. Because if not, their influence will overtake us. Right. Their influence will corrupt our minds.
This book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
Always trust your enemy.
Never trust thine enemy.
What's crazy is, the Christian church tells us that we have to gather with all nations, right? But why is the Bible telling us that there's an enemy that we cannot trust? Who is that enemy that we're not supposed to be trusting?
It's like, sir, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
That's any other nation besides Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians.
Right, correct. Anybody that is against the Lord, that is against Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Right.
They against the Lord, they are your enemies. They're your enemies. I mean, Chinese people, they're most definitely your enemies.
Right.
They like the new white man.
The
new white man. Goodness. But you shouldn't trust them. Shouldn't trust them with your children. It's the number one thing. You should teach your children to be careful around these people. Because as we let our children go and hang out with these white people, you know what's going to happen? Same thing that happened to that brother.
Right.
They're going to end up being found in the river. That's what's going to happen. You know how many Black and Hispanic and Native Americans that have popped up missing because they went and hung out with their so-called white friends? There's so many that we can't even count. And there's probably millions that haven't been recorded.
Right. It's like you, sir.
Go ahead.
There's this incident that happened a few years back where there was this brother that was found unalived that was in a rolled up mat in a high school.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
I remember that story. Yeah, I heard about that. That was a terrible thing. See, that's another thing. Yeah. But he wasn't hanging around white people though. He was actually fighting them. He actually fought them and won the fight. And their father was upset about that. That's what happened. He was upset, and they went in the locker room and got him. And now nobody knows what happened. Not even the school knows what happened. They said he rolled us. Yeah, they said he put himself in there. How you roll yourself up in a mat? See, that's how I know they causing these lynchings. Because how do you even lynch yourself? Especially the brother who had a dislocated elbow or something like that. Had something was dislocated on him. And I'm wondering, how do you hang yourself when you're injured like that? How you roll yourself up in a mat? It don't make no sense. That is crazy. Yeah, how you do that? And then they rule it as a suicide. Tell me how that makes sense. It don't make sense. Everything is backwards in America. That's why they was able to get that Chinese man. He was able to get away. That's why you seen the Lord put two different situations up before you. He put one where a brother tried to defend himself, and he put one where the Chinese man was so-called defending himself. Really, the brother was defending himself because he was running away. He was fleeing the situation. And look what happened. Now they're calling it self-defense. He was protecting his store. How long did he chase after him? How long was it? It was a pretty good ways.
Like, sir, if I may, it was 100. It was over 100 yards.
Over 100 yards. He chased him down. And you telling me that he was defending himself, chasing him down? He could have stayed right there and stayed away from him. He'd have been safe. Now, why was he? He was already in safety because the brother was already leaving. He didn't have to go and run and chase him down. You know, it's crazy because it seems like they were just this water bottle that they're talking about. They were trying to include it as a person. You know, he was saving his product, his possessions. Yeah, he didn't have it. But this is the system of America. This is the understanding of America. But then when a black man goes to defend himself, you can't defend yourself here in America because then it's going to rule. I mean, you go to defend yourself and you unalive somebody, you're going to end up being ruled as it's going to be ruled as murder. You're going to get 35 years in prison. So how else are you supposed to defend yourself? I mean, white people do that every day. They go and they unalive the police officers. They unalive black people because they're afraid, because they're defending themselves. And it's crazy because these people come out with no weapons at all. I don't have no weapon. I have no weapon at all. That's why the scripture says what?
Book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
It says to never trust thine enemy. Keep on going.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Yeah, so is his wickedness. Because this man is evil. It's pure evil. And there's nothing new. I mean, there was a video of a white woman, right? And she was saying, you can't trust white people. Blacks and Hispanics, stop hanging around white people. Stop doing it. Because every time you hang around white people, you come up dead. And you know what's crazy is? She said, even though me myself was trying to explain that I was a good white person, she said, don't even come around me because you don't know. Even though that's what gets us killed. Us trusting in white people. That's what gets us killed. And it's all throughout history. Like, it's all throughout history. Why are we trusting white people when they're known to kill? They're known to hate you. They're known to be racist against you. They're definitely racist against you. It's most definitely Donald Trump. He's definitely racist against you. But we still seem to vote for this man. And you know what's crazy is I've seen all the things that he was racist about because he had a list of things that he was racist about. Things that he did. You know what? I can bring it up. Hold on. See, there was a 1973 housing discrimination lawsuit. The U.S. Discrimination of Justice sued the Trump organization, alleging it discriminated against black rental applicants. The company denied wrongdoing and settled without admitting liability because they was treating black rental applicants terribly. Yeah. And then there's the Central Park 5. In 1989, Trump paid for newspaper ads calling for the death penalty after 5 black and Hispanic teenagers were accused of assaulting a jogger. I remember this. This is a story in Netflix. You can go watch. Yeah, you can watch this. Like, these things are. And you know what's crazy is our people will come and say that Donald Trump isn't racist. Like, what? Like, his racism is in the documentary. Like, what? It's crazy because these brothers spent so long in prison and they came out not guilty. Spent their whole lives in prison. Their whole lives gone, ruined, wasted. Spent in a prison cell. There's the Obama birther claims. For years, Trump promoted the false claim that President Barack Obama was not born in the United States and claimed many views and racially motivated. Even though Barack Obama, he's just a waste of brown, like 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 the general said. But
That's funny.
but there's also the comments about Judge Gonzalo Cruz in 2016. This is 2016. This ain't long ago. This is right around the corner. 2016. Trump argued the judge could not be impartial because of his Mexican heritage. Many legal experts and politicians from both parties criticized the remarks as racist because they're racist. You saying that he can't do something because of his race, because of his heritage? See, I'm gonna tell you something about Donald Trump. He hates Hispanic brothers, and he puts it on a platter. See, once upon a time, white people they used to hide their race, their racism. Now they put it on a platter. They ain't hide it no more. They don't hide it no more. Oh, they hid it. It was subtle. They would, instead of actually showing it in front of your face, they would go behind your back and put money towards Planned Parenthood. That's hiding it. But now they show it on the platter. Donald Trump shows on a platter. He says all these racist remarks against blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Even I believe he claimed something about black people being real lazy. He claimed that black people were lazy. That is like in their DNA. Clay, he said that. You can go look that up. He said that. I mean, he also put a travel ban too. Trump sought to restrict entry from several. Oh no, this is something else. This from the Muslims, but he just Donald Trump ultimately is just racist against blacks, Hispanics, and Americans because he doesn't like them. He doesn't love us, but we still choose to love him. Instead of loving this man, we should turn our love and turn it towards us. Because when we get close to these people, then danger comes. I mean, we've seen it time and time again. We know these people's history. Why do we not separate from them? Why do we try to get closer to these people? Keep going on that scripture.
Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Yes, for like as iron rusteth, so does his wickedness. It's there. You know, the process of iron will always come back. It'll always happen. You can't get rid of it.
Right.
Just like the white man's wickedness. It's not something that you can get rid of. And I don't know where we got the idea to believe that we can just change the white man's heart. You can't. Because the Lord made his heart to be hardened. Right now, it is of the Lord what Donald Trump is doing. He's the one hardening his heart. The Lord made him to be that way, and you coming up thinking that you can change him. You could change his mindset. You could change his state of being. You can't. There's nothing you could do to change the white man. The only thing that you can do is stay away. Be cautious around him. We're finna get into why. But keep on going.
Verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
Yeah, though he humbled himself. Like you said, they humbled themselves. They used to hide everything. But now they're putting everything on a platter because they know their time is short. Once upon a time, all these other presidents, their racism was hidden. Like the Democrats. Their racism is hidden. They smile all in your face. Just like, you go to work, they smile on your face. But really, they hate you. They hate you. But keep on going.
And thou shalt be unto him.
Hold on. Read that again. It says, yet take what?
Verse 11. Though he humbled himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
Oh my goodness. Though he go crouching and humble himself, why does it say to take good heed? Like watch out for him. Yeah, pay attention and look out for this man. But why would it be telling you that? Why is your history book telling you that? Because maybe he has a history of doing something evil.
Right.
Maybe he has a history of downplaying people. Maybe he has a history of unaliving people. Maybe he has a history. I mean, why do you think that he was marked red in the first place? I mean, the Lord put a mark on him. Did he not?
Yep.
He put the mark of what?
It's like you, sir. He put the mark of Cain on him.
Yeah, he put the mark of Cain on him and became red because what? What does red mean?
It's like, sir, red means stop. Oh, be warning.
Yeah,
be,
stop.
Be aware.
Warning, danger. It means stop, warning, danger. The Lord put a whole sign on this man so that you would see him and you'd be like, oh, no, turn up that. Yeah, be careful around them because they're going to end up unaliving you. They're going to end up stealing your identity. They're going to end up unaliving you and taking your organs. They're going to end up doing all crazy types of things around you. So take heed. Don't let your children hang out with them because they're dangerous.
Right.
They're dangerous. They're very dangerous. So be careful around them. It's in your history book for a reason.
Right.
See, if we didn't read this, if we didn't look at our history, we wouldn't know to take heed around the white man. We wouldn't know that he's a dangerous man. We keep on believing that he's this just happened. This is just everyday life. But, some people, they just lose their mind maybe. Some people, they just know he was created like this. He was created to be evil like this. This is how his DNA. Like Donald Trump said, he said, in our DNA, we're lazy. Well, guess what? In his DNA, he's a murderer.
Right.
In his DNA, he's a thief. In his DNA, this man is a
Yep.
yeah, it's the devil. I ain't gonna say that. He's the R word. He's a rape. Oh no. Yeah, graper. Can we say that online? I believe we can, right? He's a graper. That's what he is. That's what Donald Trump is. I mean, did he not rape did he not grape a woman? That's a top story. He graped a woman and now he's still president. Still president. And the crazy thing is, she won the case. And he's still president. This key signs that we should be watching out for these people. Keep on going. Take good heed of these other nations. Take good heed, especially of the white man.
Right.
Keep going.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away.
Man, you're gonna look at him, and if you take good heed, you're gonna understand and be like, oh well, I mean, I avoided something. I avoided death because you avoided hanging out with white people. But you take a big risk when you go and you hang out with white people. You go out and you go to the lake with them. You take a big risk because they're looking for a way to unalive you. And if you keep on hanging out with them, at some point, they're going to succeed. They're going to succeed. Because they're studying you and taking, you know what? I remember I brought up a story about the Chinese man. You got to really be careful of all these other nations too, because he had a roommate, right? This black boy had a roommate. He was either Chinese or Korean, but this brother was getting sick for some reason. And he couldn't figure out what it was. He was getting sick and couldn't figure out what it was. But come to find out later, they found out that it was the Chinese or the Korean man who was poisoning him, putting poisoning in his food because he was testing on him. He was testing on him and putting poison in his food. They look at you either as a lab rat or a dog. That's all they can love you like. They can't love you anymore. But as a dog, as a white person loves their dog. Oh, look at Tommy. Look at Tommy. He's such a good dog. That's how they love you. That's how they love you. And they can't love you past that. They can't love you past that. That's why Black Hispanics said, Americans, you have to do the same. You can't love them past your dog. Like Christ was, like the woman was saying, should even the dogs get the crumbs of the table. She was referring herself to a dog because that's what they are. Dogs. You can't love them no more than a dog. Oh, look at Tammy. Look at that. Look at it. One day you're gonna be looking at them and like, oh, look at that. Look at Tammy. They're doing great work out there. Picking all the leaves off of that tree like I told her to. Getting all the apples off of that tree. That's how you're gonna look at them. One day. See, that's real power. And that's the power that we want. I want that power. To be able to decide what your day is going to consist of. You're gonna go pick over there in that area. Oh, you had a line? All right. Get the whip. But keep on going.
Verse 12. Set him not by thee.
Oh, no. Set him by you.
Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place.
Oh my goodness. The Lord said to set them not by you. But what do? We set them right next to. They become our best friends. They become our best friends. We make them our best friends. We set them by us every day. You ever seen that one fan group with a bunch of white people and then that one black person? That one black person. Hey man, you need to tell. We tell that one black person. We always tell our people that one black person. You need to get out. I mean, they make movies about it. Get out. Literally, you need to get out because these white people are crazy. These white people are murderers. It's all throughout history. We just decide to ignore it. Oh, it's not true. That was so long ago. We're in a new era now. That's what they like to do. We're in a new era, in a new day and time. We're in a new day and time. That was so long ago. We all put that to the side, put it past us. No. That is you forgetting your history. Go ahead.
It's like it, sir. That's heavy that you bring up that movie, Get Out, because in this verse says, set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. That's exactly what they were trying to do. They were trying to switch their consciousness into the body of that brother, right? Remember, because the son wanted him as his body because he wanted to be some type of UFC fighter, right?
Yeah, they love. See, they envy you. They see how you're built and everything, and they envy you because they don't have that body. I mean, I was just watching TV before I came here. You know what I seen? The cream that can make you young again for white people. Like you and black don't crack, but for white people, they gotta get a cream to make themselves look younger. And I seen this commercial explaining how it keeps 2 years of age younger on you. I was like, that's white people stuff. It's all for white people because they cannot stay young. I mean, they crack pretty quick too. They crack. You ever seen you? Yeah, they crack. They looking kind of crazy. But you stay looking young and fresh. You stay looking preserved until you start going out and following white people. Then you start to look like what's her name? The Serena Williams. My goodness, she's torn up because she decided to go in and be with a white man. And now when you start to go and be with a white man, the influence gets on you, and your mind just starts to destroy the body. It starts to destroy the body. You ain't seen Serena Williams there? Oh my goodness, brother. Brother, she is destroyed. She used to look so young, black, and just youthful. Huh? Yeah, healthy, but now she looking real pale and zombie like vampire. I mean, that's what white people are. They vampires. I mean, they vampires. Why do you think vampires are even a thing? Where do you think they came from?
Right. So like you, sir, that's crazy because that movie Get Out,
Mm-hmm.
the Edomite that wanted the brother's body,
Mm-hmm.
he's the one who started as Dracula.
Yeah,
the new Dracula movie that just came out not so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one who played him.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. But they're vampires. I mean, why do you think? That's why Sinners, that movie Sinners, was a good representation of how white people really. What do you think vampires came from? Who made up vampires? I don't know. Who came up with vampires? Like that's a real good question. Mm. 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 Okay, it came from Eastern Europe, especially like in countries like Siberia, Romania, Bulgaria, and Greece. Okay. 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 But yeah, these people are blood sucking vampires. That's what they are. And you have to watch out for them. Some of them, they keep you around as a pet. That's how you have to view white people because they're dangerous. They're very dangerous. Like, you ever, I don't want to bring this up, but you ever seen, what was that show? Twilight. You ever watch Twilight? What did Edward say? He said, "I'm the most dangerous creature ever." Or so, y'all don't remember that? Oh, he said, "I'm the most dangerous creature ever." That's white people. White people are the most dangerous creatures. You have to watch out for them. Yeah, them the most subtle beast of the field. You got to watch out for white people. Is that it on the scripture? Yeah, that's it. Go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 13 and verse 16.
This book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 13, verse 16. All flesh consorteth according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like.
Man will cleave to his like. See, black Hispanics said a man is supposed to cleave to his like. What does it mean, like when he cleaves to his like? Does that mean he cleaves to everybody?
Lies, sir.
No. Does it mean he cleaves to the white man? No, because the white man isn't his like. But who is the like of blacks, Hispanics, and Native America? Us.
Right.
We are the like of each other. Meaning a black man should be cleaving unto his like. A black man should be cleaving unto a black woman.
Right.
Or a Hispanic woman or a Native American woman. Just like a white man, he'll cleave to his woman.
Right.
A Chinese man, he'll cleave to his woman, his like. Why we should be doing the same thing. We should be cleaving unto our own like.
Right.
That's a real strange thing to see a black man with a white woman. It's a real strange thing to see a Hispanic brother with a white woman. It's a real strange thing to see a Native American woman, with an African man. You don't see that. That's real strange. Or a Hispanic brother with an African woman. It's a strange thing because we're supposed to cleave onto our own like. Keep on going. And it's talking about the flesh. Flesh.
It's like, so what verse were we at?
Verse 16.
Come on. Verse 17. What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb?
I mean, what? That's a real good question. What fellowship have the wolf with the lamb? Are they tarrying together? Are they joining together and walking around, hugging buddies? Like, hey, man, how you doing today? How you doing, Bob, man? I'm doing great, man. My day was good. They're not doing that. Why?
Hello, wolf, you hungry? Let's go get something to eat.
Yeah, like, why are they not doing that? Why? Because it's against their nature.
Right.
We go ahead. Yeah, Darren. Exactly. It's against their nature. It's against their nature. It's not there. They don't cleave together. You'll never see them cleave together because it's against their nature. Just like it's against your nature for a white man and a black man to be tearing together. It's a very, very unnatural thing for a black man and a white woman to be tearing together. It's a very unnatural thing. That's why you should go and you should cleave and be with your own people. Your own people.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. That's what I mean. And I've actually seen the story that a lot of sisters will come up. There was one black sister, right? She was going on Tinder or whatever, one of them dating apps, and she decided to get with a white man. Like she decided to meet up with a white man. The first time they ever met, ended up losing her life because he beat her to death. Beat her to death. See, y'all get with these white people. I'm telling you, it might be the last time you ever breathe again. Stay away from white people because they're dangerous. They have a history of harm. And you know what's crazy is one of these white women on ICE, like the general was saying, he brought out the story about how the white woman, told on her husband. That white man that was in ICE who was like abusing her and had a whole history of gun violence that is working for ICE. Remember that? I don't know if y'all seen the class, but she was explaining the story how he came up to her and said, "Hey, I got a job working for ICE." She did not believe it. She's like, "I don't believe it because you can't get that job because you have a whole history of." Yeah, she went and told on him, but like later to find out it was true that he had this job, and he had this job, right? He was the one who ended up unalive. I believe he unalived that Hispanic brother. I believe he did, actually. I believe it was him, if I'm not mistaken. You would have to go look at the story, but he was the one who unalived somebody. And because he unalived somebody, he was telling her, "Oh, I need you to lie for me. I need you to tell him, hey, my character is good." Like that, he just ran out, he got ran that his character was good. He wanted her to lie for him. And she said no and told on him. Now, this man has a history of doing harm to me. This man has a history of gun violence and hitting me with a gun and stuff. Like, that's what these white people are doing at home. I best believe that every white man is abusing these children, abusing a woman at home. It's terrible for the white man to stay at home, stay in the household. Good.
They don't like their own women either because they've been doing this trend that they've been taking the women out to the mountains or to the woods and then like hiking, and then they just leave them there. They just leave them out there and they have to figure out how to get back or fend for themselves.
What the heck? I didn't hear about this. It's crazy.
It's a trend.
That's a trend?
Yeah, it's a trend.
Oh, that's terrible. Would you ever leave your wife out to fend for herself? Absolutely not. Because we're supposed to be the protectors of our wives. But white people, man, they hate their wives. And their wives hate them. Like Ayala one was saying, their wives would rather these white women would rather be with a black man. What was you saying? Mud sharks? Yeah, mud sharks. There's a bunch of mud sharks out here because they'd rather be with a black man. Because black men are way better than white people in many ways. Black Hispanics and Native Americans. That's why you the salt of the earth. But keep on going on scripture. Yeah, what read it again from 17.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 13, verse 17. What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb?
Yeah, what fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb? Every time a lamb was to get around a wolf, what do you think would happen?
Well, the lamb will get eaten up, sir.
Yeah, the lamb would get eaten up. And what are we? We're the sheep. And what happens to us? We're around wolves. We're surrounded by wolves because we decided to go and just hop on lolly jag around wolves. And every time we go by them and we, become best friends with them or try to and go and hang out with wolves, what happens? We get eaten up.
Right.
Now you have a story about a brother getting unalived and then thrown in the river. That's what happens. Keep on going.
So the sinner with the godly.
So the sinner with the godly. Like, aren't you not told not to hang around sinners? Because what happens if you hang around sinners?
So like if you hang around sinners, you're either going to get influenced to sin yourself or you're going to get devoured.
You're going to get devoured or you're going to end up sinning yourself. Imagine if you had a friend that you just hang out with, you fully separate yourself from him and he smoked weed. You're going to end up going, but you're going to be tempted to go back to that. You're going to end up eventually going back to that life. If you hang around them 24/7, did you really fully change if you don't stop hanging around them? Like, nah, because in here we told our brothers, hey brother, you're gonna either have around me, you're gonna either have to put that down or I'm gonna have to leave, brother. Like it just is what it is. But keep on going.
Verse 18. What agreement is there between the hyena and a dog?
Oh my goodness. What the what 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 agreement? What are they gonna agree about? You think they're gonna be like, hey man, let's come together and make a deal, man. Hey man, you trying to go get tacos or you trying to go get no, they're not making that agreement. They are not coming together at all. Because if what happens if a dog gets around a hyena? Yeah, they're gonna fight each other. That's what happens. I mean, even dogs when they get around each other, they fight each other. Every time they see another dog, they fight each other. I mean, like, dang, we cannot be around white people because we're not meant to be around them. It's not in the nature of things. It's not in the nature that the Lord created. It goes against the nature. It's like seeing a wolf with a sheep or seeing a hyena with a dog. They're going to fight and go to war. And that's what happens every day. We just don't understand that we're at war. We don't understand that we're to pray. We don't understand that we think we're just buddies. We don't understand that we're under attack or that we have enemies because we've been taught to what? Forget our history. Yeah, to love everybody. That's it's part of your history. Yeah, if you knew your history, you wouldn't love everybody. Just like the Native American brothers, a lot of our Native American brothers, they know their history. And do they love white people? They do not. They don't. They separate themselves. You don't know why our Native American brothers don't celebrate Thanksgiving? Because they know their history. They know what white people have done. And they get told through generation. So they don't celebrate it. But black people, no, we get taught that we don't get taught history. Oh, these? Hey, go ahead. You good with being friends with Tommy. Let Tommy come in and to the cookout and eat with us. No. Tommy is not invited to the cookout. Keep on going.
And what peace between the rich and the poor?
Wait, what peace between the rich and the poor? Because they're not going to have peace. Because every time the poor see the rich, what's going to happen? They're going to despise them because of how rich they are and how the life that they get to live. Because really, in reality, the rich is the one that causing the poor to be poor. Right. Here in America, the rich cause the poor to be poor. So they're not going to come in an agreement. They're going to despise them. And they're going to rebel against them. That's what's going to happen. I mean, you've seen it time and time again. They're coming out with a whole new movie. I forget. This whole new movie with Ryan Garfield. There's a movie coming out with Ryan Garfield, and he's like a farmer. And they get tired of the people coming and taking taxes from him. Of these rich people taking taxes from them, so they rebel against them. There's a bunch of farmers, a bunch of poor people. Y'all gotta watch the trailer of this because it's probably gonna be a good movie. But they rebelled against the people. Go ahead.
That's kind of what happened in Mexico with the natives. The reason we kept on fighting the Spanish people.
I mean, white people, they taxed their own people, and what do? They rebelled against them. They became patriots and separated themselves, and now you have what is known as America. Yeah, that's crazy. Keep on going. I mean, that's in the scriptures. No, yeah, like them now the slaves or the people that are low have now become the ride horses. They're the ones riding on the horses, being over us, taking our position, our seat. Keep on going. You call?
Slow down. I lost my thought. Okay, verse 19. As the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor.
Yeah, so the rich eat up the poor because the rich eat up the poor. I mean, think about a lion, right? If you didn't know about a lion or the history of a lion, would you think a lion is all fluffy and, as it is? Would you think it's sweet if you did know the history of it?
Oh, right,
yeah. Yeah, you would think you could pet them. If you didn't know the history of a lion and you didn't know that a lion was really just something you should stay away and watch out for danger, you wouldn't know. You would go up and, oh yeah, it would take off your arm. You'd be gone. You'd be like, you would learn that day. Oh, I need to stay away from that. So how come blacks and Hispanics haven't learned that, after time and time again of oppression and destruction and being killed and murdered, how come we haven't learned to watch out and stay away from white people? Over the course of all this, over the course of all these years, right? There have been so many genocides and so many murders, and you would think black people would be like, "Oh man, there's just so many of us getting unalived. Why we just need to separate from these people?" Nah, they still being taught that we can love these people, we can forgive these people, that we can be friends with them, and that's why it's so important that you know your history. So blacks, Hispanics, and Americans, the most important thing that you need to hold on to is your history and the history of the white man. Don't let nobody change or tell you that you need to forget your history. You need to remember it and come in Isupk and study your history even further. Because if you don't know your history, you don't have no identity. You won't know who to protect yourself from. You won't know nothing. You won't have your culture. You won't have it. But with that, this is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, on the D Command, Your Honor. With that, pass the class to Officer 500, your call.
This is the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, start at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After this 6-month period, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Ma'ashra, which means tenth in the Hebrew, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. It's fun. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. It's the memorial of blowing of the trumpets. It's first day of the 7th month. That's Friday, September 11th. You can find this in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verses 24 through 26. Remember to check the bulletin board by the doorway. And if anyone wants to be a trooper, to start wearing all black pants, headband, scarf. This concludes the security announcements. And with that, men of Israel, Amajim, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, Aman Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Barakatah, Yajimata, Sar, sisters, Amajim, which means stand. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Aman Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shemar Latah Bashem Yahushai, Yajimata. Class dismissed.